It's bigger, it's cheesier. The Big New Yorker from Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut. Big pizza, bigger deal.
Big New Yorker only at pizzahut.com.
877-710 ESPN.
It's the Pizza Hut Lakers Postgame Show.
Tipping off now.
Here's Alan Sliwa.
All right, Lakers over the Phoenix Suns 122-111, the final score. Lake Show back to one game below 500. This will be the third time over the last couple of weeks. I'll have an opportunity on Friday to get back to 500. We'll see if the Lakers can do it. 36-37. Phoenix drops to 38-34. Go look at the standings. Lakers back up in number 10. And the separation, I mean, this is just insane, the separation between 6 and 12. The Warriors are sitting in the 6th spot. They have 36 losses. The Pelicans are sitting in the 12th spot. They have 37 losses. It's unreal how close all these teams are. Even the Clippers, without Paul George for at least a couple of weeks, they're 38-35. The Suns are 38-34. I mean, it's kind of insane. Even the Phoenix Suns, who the Lakers pick up a full game on, 2.5 back of the Suns. I'm not telling you, there's only 9 games left to go, so you might just not have enough time. But it's just crazy to see how much movement there is in the Western Conference every single night. All right, need a break from the everyday? Well, fans, it might be your lucky day because tonight Fantasy Springs Resort Casino is giving away a 2-night stay, plus dinner and golf or bowling for 2. Make any day your lucky day. Book now at FantasySpringsResort.com. Phone number is 877-710-ESPN, 877-710-ESPN. Let's take a quick listen here to Lakers head coach Darvin Ham on the win.
Career high in points out of Austin Reeves on Sunday. Career high in assists for him tonight. How do you think his insertion to the starting lineup helped your overall effort tonight?
I think it was huge. You know, he got us help get us off to a great start. His ability to play downhill, draw fouls, you know, score at all 3 levels, find guys. You know, his ability to play make. I mean, he was huge for us, and you know, he's been huge for us all year. You mentioned last game. You know, he's in a great space right now, feeling his game and just locked in to what we're trying to accomplish. And I just felt like it made all the sense in the world. And you know, salute the Bees, being a pro's pro, understanding the strategic part of it. And Bees was locked in, ready, came off the bench, hit 2 big threes for us, and competed. And so that's what we need, man. That's the competitiveness, but yet the togetherness that I've mentioned all year. And AD, again, we've talked about it before the game, his accountability, you know, really not thinking that he was aggressive enough in previous games, coming out and really not selling and going hard downhill to the rim as well. So it's a great team win. Vando defended his butt off. Dennis, all of those guys, everyone that participated, Winyan, I mentioned Malik, you know, Dennis, it's those guys fought and competed. That's a tough team down the hall. That's only going to get tougher when they get KD back. So it was great to get a win, huge win to get, and you know, definitely a big step in the right direction.
Darvin, just thinking of Vanderbilt and some of the wings that he's defended this year, and but oftentimes, you know, you have him almost having to defend bigger guys just with LeBron out. What does it do for you, though, in a night like tonight when he can switch out on the perimeter like that, and how does that kind of balance the rest of the roster?
Man, I said it from day one. I think he's a Swiss Army knife. You know, he's able to guard smalls on the perimeter, bang out with the bigs, come up with big rebounds and 50-50 balls, steals. He's just versatile. His versatility, you know, a lot of times in the game of basketball, specifically in the NBA, we tend to talk about guys' versatility offensively, and the defensive versatility guys never really get that much shine. He's one of those guys, and he's able to make plays with the ball in his hand, make the right reads. But he was huge, and we challenged him, and he accepts that challenge. He actually asked for the matchup. And Jordan Knott, you know, obliged him. Jordan Knott, you know, one of my coaches, front of the bench coaches, that it was his scout tonight. And, you know, that's what you love. You know, that's what you want to see, that competitive edge being revealed by a guy, you know, wanting to accept that type of challenge. And Book is by no means an easy walk in the park. You know, he He's going to keep coming, and the shots you think you're forcing into, the difficult shots, those are his bread and butter shots. So you really can't get discouraged. You have to have a next play mentality and move on, and Vando was great. He picked up a few fouls, but he stayed the course.
Darvin, they obviously, I think you guys are up 9 with 50 seconds left in the third. They cut it to 3, that steal and 1. And then you guys obviously pull away in the fourth. Like, what did you see as kind of the difference there, where we've seen it gone the other way, where a team makes a run against you guys in the second half, they end up pulling away, but kind of the distance there in that fourth quarter that you're able to create?
Yeah, we just stayed encouraged. The energy was great on the sidelines. Your guys talking each other up. We're going to weather this storm. Hey, we got to have a next play mentality. Hey, next time down, let's do this, do that. Guys talking strategy, talking focus, talking, positive spirit, and things like that. Runs are going to happen. The league is what it is in terms of its talent level, which I think is at an all-time high. And with the 3-ball especially and the pace of the game, no lead is safe. And so the thing you have to do is really just lock in, have a short memory, and try to compete as much as you can, possession by possession. And we did that. But the whole team was locked in. And, yes, we expect them to make a run at the Phoenix Suns. They are who they are for a reason, and we just had to have that endurance. We have this saying, be the most competitive together team for 48 minutes, and I think the people saw that tonight.
I think you said something to us yesterday along the lines of, you want your team to, love and live in the paint.
Yes.
I think it was. You guys shot, what's the number, 46 free throws, I think, tonight.
Yes.
What did you like about your team's aggression in that area, and with some of the, I don't know if shooting challenges are the right word, but the way this team is constructed, how important is it for you guys to get to the line on a regular basis?
I think it's huge. It's a huge weapon that we can totally take advantage of. So many times we get over concerned. When I say we, I'm talking about just us and all other 29 teams in the league about defending the three-point line. You definitely have to do that. But if you don't have an open three, you got to take the ball downhill to the rim. You can't take a couple dribbles in and settle. A lot of times you have wide open runways directly to the basket. And I encourage my guys, each and every game we want to win the free throw line. We want to be the first team to the bonus each quarter. That puts a lot of pressure on the defense. It allows them it forces them, I should say, to play on their heels. They have to, kind of scale down their aggression when they know they're in the bonus or the penalty and we're in the bonus. And so it's definitely a huge weapon that we try to take advantage of.
Darvin, AD had 6 shots in the first half, but 10 in the third quarter. What changed for him, and did you guys have any conversation with him at halftime?
No, his dumbass coach just started calling his plays more, calling his number more. No, he and I have talked, and I told him I'm a force-feeding man, and just be aggressive. Don't even worry about it. Just be aggressive going to the rim. And he did that tonight. He had a swagger about him. He wasn't settling. He's one of the best mid-range shooters I've ever been around, more than capable of knocking down threes. But, again, he was loving and living in the paint tonight, and that's the AD we need. That's the AD that's going to – that aggression and him forcing his will, forcing them, knowing they can't guard him, to foul him, it speeds up the process of us getting into the bonus, and that helps everyone else. So now it's a block and foul out on the perimeter. Austin gets to go to the free throw line. D'Lo, Dennis, Bees, these guys, and if they've been struggling a little bit with their jump shot, they get to see a couple go in. Hopefully, we missed 10 free throws tonight. But hopefully they get to see their shot go in, and it helps boost their confidence, and it just has a ripple effect up and down the roster.
Darvin, with Austin, obviously the scoring and the free throws kind of speak for themselves, but career high 11 assists tonight for him. How much of that decision was for his playmaking skills and specifically his pick and roll with AD, and how did you see that play out tonight for better or for worse?
I thought it played out great, man. Again, when you he's just a talented, all-around, highly skilled basketball player that's competitive, one of the most competitive players and people I've ever been around. So I just felt like, it was a move that would benefit us and all of us. Again, shout out to Bees, being a pro, understanding where I was coming from with the thought process of it. And he came out ready to play as well, knocking down 2 huge threes that when he made them, we definitely needed them. So, but Austin, just, again, his ability not to make plays for him, just himself, but to be able to make as a secondary ball handler in the pick and roll or DHO or in transition, making the right reads, making the right plays. And so those 11 assists speaks volumes in that regard.
All right, that's Lakers head coach Darvin Ham right there. It was a change to the starting lineup that Coach hinted at before the game started in his little pregame chatter. Look, the Beasley portion of it, he just has not been consistent enough, and that starting unit hasn't done enough. Austin Reeves just been fantastic. So it's not like Reeves came into the starting lineup and all of a sudden he didn't get his looks. The fact that he was still able to create and get 11 assists for everybody else on top of his 25 points, I don't know what to tell you, but Austin Reeves might have just worked himself into the starting lineup permanently. We'll see what happens, but right now with only 9 games left, there's you don't have time for other people's feelings or anything like that. You're just trying to figure it out, and it sounds like Beasley was completely okay with it and completely open to it. Okay, we'll take some of your phone calls, plus Anthony Davis coming up next. Stay right here. This is the Pizza Hut Lakers postgame show on 710 ESPN.
Postgame show.
Highlights from tonight's Lakers game and your reaction on the Lakers line.
Presented by Pizza Hut.
Big is back. It's bigger, it's cheesier. The Big New Yorker from Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut. Big pizza, bigger deal. $13.99 Big New Yorker only at pizzahut.com.
Hi, this is Anthony Davis of your Los Angeles Lakers.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
It's time for Lakers Postgame with Sliwa.
Now, here's Alan Sliwa.
All right, Points in the Paint all season long is sponsored by Vista Paint. Right now, local residents can take 40% off on factory direct high-quality Vista Paint products. A Vista Paint team member will show you how. Locally owned, manufactured, and operated since 1956. Visit VistaPaint.com and start saving. Points in the Paint tonight give the edge to the Lakers, 50-44. Final score tonight, 122-111. So Lakers do what they have to do. I was just listening to, I saw some tweets on this. Monty Williams, coach of the Phoenix Suns, pretty much just walked out of his presser, his post-game presser, not happy about the free throw discrepancy between the Lakers and the Suns. Lakers shot 46 free throws. Didn't really kind of took away any flow to the game, and the Suns shot 20. So 26 more free throws for the Lakers, plus 21 just from the free throw line. That's your ball game. I mean, it really is your ball game. Look, this is not the Phoenix Suns team. When Ayton and Kevin Durant come back, they're going to be an incredible problem, probably the favorites to come out of the Western Conference. But when you face teams that are not 100% healthy, there's nothing you could do about it. You just got to try to take advantage of it, where you're as kind of in desperation mode like the Lakers are right now. So they took advantage of it tonight. They needed to do that against the Mavs when they didn't have Luka, but were not able to do that. So the Lakers back in that top 10. They're 10th in the standings right now. Leon in Beverly Hills. Leon, what's going on? Thanks for calling in.
Hey, Alan. I usually call in to complain about the coach or something about the team, but I gotta say I cannot believe how good Austin Reeves is playing right now. I mean, he was on a non-guaranteed contract this year, and if you compare how he was playing even last year or beginning this year, he does everything, and he's a two-way player. I mean, it's amazing to watch him play. His decision-making with the ball, he plays off-ball, he guards multiple kinds of offensive players. I mean, I guess he's got to still prove himself, now that people will notice him more. But I mean, I'm just incredibly impressed with him, and I hope that they prioritize him in the off season if he continues this way.
Leon, appreciate you calling in. So it's kind of funny. There was a point, this was a year ago, where I remember asking him during one of the practices or whatever it was that our players and our coaches starting to give you more respect, because there are a lot of times that teams would try to go at Austin Reeves as if he was the advantage on the defensive side. I'm like, the guy, he can lock up players. I mean, a lot of times he's as physical as them. He moves really quick. He's just got great instincts. And there's still times I feel like NBA teams don't give him the proper respect. He had 25 and 11 tonight as a starter. 25 and 11 tonight as a starter. 11 assists for Austin Reeves tonight. I don't know what other compliment to throw at him. 35, 6 and 6 in the last game. I hate kind of trying to sound dramatic, but you could say that he's saving the Lakers season, at least for right now, right? We'll see what eventually happens. There's still 9 games left, but he's been fantastic. I think everybody agrees that what he's brought to the table, it's been amazing. It's definitely been fantastic. Okay, AD tonight had 27 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists. 10 of 18 from the field. Played 38 minutes. Let's take a listen. Here's Anthony Davis following the game.
AD, Darvin called it a great team win. From a whole squad standpoint, what stood out to you most? What impressed you most?
Yeah, defensively, I think we were really good. We had some slip-ups, but for the most part, I think we did a good job defensively. Vando did a good job on Book, just making it tough for him. Made some tough shots. Austin was on him. Dennis, just making it tough for him all night. Nothing really easy. Rebounding the basketball and, just playing free, having fun. So a lot of guys played well, stepped up, and it's a big win for us for sure.
You've made it a priority to make sure everyone feels involved. But, for example, in the third quarter, when you take over, what tells you in that moment it's time?
Just knowing how big of a game this was. Obviously just trying to get myself going in the first half. Not that I wasn't looking for my shots, but, the plays were just, Austin getting fouled or, getting his shot, Dennis, D'Lo. And then the second half, it just, by them being aggressive in the first half, it just kind of opened up for me in the third quarter, and was just able to take advantage of opportunities. Just try to do, what I do, and kind of open up again for them a little bit in the fourth. So, like Coach said, it was a great team win. I mean, a must-win for us, and we came out and played that way.
Those couple minutes, I mean, you had the dunk on Jock, and then you had the dunk on TJ. Is that the kind of version of yourself offensively that you're kind of looking to unlock more, especially in this last stretch of games?
Man, I don't care if it's a dunk or whatever. I just want to, be able to put the ball in the basket and do what I have to do to help the team. And obviously, being more aggressive like I was in that third quarter, helps. Not with just, myself, but, with the entire team, because it kind of opened things up for all the other guys. But like I said, early on, some good looks, but I feel like, the game was going for everybody else. And then third quarter, it was more like, all right, AD, this is your turn. It's your time now, so go ahead. So had a good game plan. It kind of worked out for us.
I was asking Darvin about what may have been said at halftime to get you going in the third quarter. I think he said something like, dumbass AD. I mean, this dumbass, you said this dumbass coach called more plays for him. Was that the case, or was it just more of you?
No, both. A little bit of both. I mean, we, made it an effort to, kind of call all my plays, basically the whole third quarter. Different looks to give me the ball where they couldn't double. And then it was me just like, all right, now just, go score. The coaching staff and the other four players on the floor are doing a good job of putting me in a situation to be effective, and now it's my job to be effective. So it's a little bit of both of, my mindset just coming out being aggressive after half, and then, also coaching. Even our point guards, Dennis, D'Lo, AR were also, anytime on defensive end they score or rebound, slow it down, like, all right, AD, what you want? And we get into it, and like I said, I had to make a play out of it.
What has D'Angelo Russell brought to this team in terms of energy and everything else he's brought?
Yeah, a lot. I mean, his scoring ability, his communication, his playmaking. He does a lot for us, and making big shots. He's getting the crowd involved like he did tonight. So, having a player like that takes a lot of pressure off everyone else. The time that he was out, obviously, we missed him. Because a lot of the ball handling responsibilities on Dennis and Austin. Now they're able to play off the ball, and we can run, kind of manipulate different actions, with them three on the floor. As all of them are, great ball handlers.
You guys don't have the new. You obviously didn't have DeAndre or KD, but is there any measuring stick factor with this team, knowing that, you guys want to get to the playoffs, they're going to be in the playoffs, and that could be a team that you face again like you did in 2021?
No, I mean, they're not whole, we're not whole. I think it was just a regular season game that we just needed. You can't really look at this game as, like you said, measuring stick. Twitter, players out, and then, 6 is out, so can't really, kind of measure it up. But, it was definitely a good game for us to win, for sure. But, when they get healthy and we get healthy, if we see them in the playoffs, pretty sure it'll be a good matchup.
What did you make of the new starting group with Austin and how he fit in tonight?
It was different. Austin usually the guy coming off the bench, bringing that energy, when we need it. So we're kind of, curious to see how it play out, and then kind of B's kind of feeling that role, come in, hit 2 threes. So doing a lot of things for us. So I mean, it was good for us. Obviously getting off to a fast start and not getting behind. 10, 12 like we usually do. So Austin come in with us. I think he scored like 10 in the first quarter. Kind of help us get going, and it was good for us.
It's just regular season, but it's been a while since you guys beat that team. Like a while. Does that feel something about anything about that feel good? Knowing that it was against them, a big game at a big time.
No, I mean, it just feel good to get a win. knowing what position we're in, but it's a good team. I mean, we've been one of the top teams the last couple years, 3 years. So anytime you can, beat a team like that, play great defensively like that against a team like that. Obviously, like I said, they're not whole, so we didn't get the full firepower. But anytime you can get a win against one of the top teams in the league, it always give you a little bit of confidence.
All right, that's Anthony Davis right there on the Lakers win. Let me grab a quick call here, and then we'll take a quick break here. Scooter in L.A. Scooter, thanks for calling in. What's going on?
Hey, Alan, what's going on? I just got 2 quick things to say, Alan.
Okay.
First of all, we got to pay number 15. Don't make the same mistake twice as they did with Caruso. Pay that man his money. And 2, Friday is the biggest game of the season thus far. They're playing against Oklahoma, who's a talented but young team, and they're coming off a second end of a back-to-back. We should crush them. We should play this game like it's Game 7. We should go out there and crush that team.
I appreciate it. Yeah, go ahead. What's the one other thing? Yep. Still there? Okay, that's it. All right. You had 2 things. I think you had 2. You should have said 3 right out the gate. I cut you off there. My apologies. Game against the Thunder coming up on Friday. So some real implications to that one. If you guys remember, Lakers were about to play the Pelicans. This was maybe about a week and a half ago, something like that. Maybe just a little over a week ago. And I thought at that point, up to that point of the season, I thought it was the biggest game because not only was that you gained ground on the Pelicans by a game, but then you also win the tiebreaker on the Pelicans. That's the same scenario coming up on Friday against the Thunder. Thunder are a weird team, man. I don't know how to describe that team. They're incredibly young. They got nothing to lose. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is arguably one of the best young players in the NBA that we don't talk enough about, who went into, played the Clippers yesterday and won. They got a game coming up against Clippers tomorrow, and then got another game coming up against the Lakers on Friday, so they're basically here in L.A. for a week. I can't argue that that's not the biggest one of the year up to this point. Friday was probably the biggest game of the year when they played Dallas because that was the tiebreaker too, and there's another team there. So it's not going to be the last time that we say it's the biggest game of the year, but definitely a critical one coming up on Friday as well against the Thunder. Hassan in Bell. Hassan, what's going on?
Yeah, what's going on, guys? So we're hearing reports that the Lakers don't want to pursue Kyrie Irving in free agency. Do you think they should try to pursue him, or they should try to build around D'Lo and Hachimura and try to keep Reeves as well? What do you think?
Hassan, I think what's going to be great is we got 9 more regular season games to watch, potentially a play-in tournament as well, and then hopefully at least one round in the playoffs where we could see what it all looks like. I think the Lakers. We got a chance to watch Kyrie on Friday night. Listen, the man he's an unbelievable basketball player. There's just nothing else to say. He's an unbelievable basketball player. Dropped 38 on the Lakers, was so incredibly smooth. But I think what today's NBA should be, I guess, indicating is building a team is also incredibly important. And you got AD and Bron already. And I'm not telling you do it one way or the other, but if you get Kyrie, you pretty much got to get rid of everything else on your roster. And I guess the question is going to be, do you want to build a team or do you want to just have 3 stars and take it from there? And Kyrie's not exactly your prototypical star where you're not 100% sure. Is he in the lineup? Is he not in the lineup? So let's see how the rest of this year goes before we have to. That's plenty of conversation. We'll have plenty of time for that in the offseason. Okay, Austin Reeves coming up next. Stay right here. This is the Pizza Hut Lakers postgame show on 710.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Cap right now standing in the 909, the greatest sports bar on the planet, here inside Yamava. Now, on Thursday, March 23rd, we're back here at Yamava, so make your plans. All the college basketball games. Former UCLA star Darren Collison is going to be with us. Come on out and have a great time. Now, look, you got to be 21 to get in. We want you to gamble responsibly, of course. But we are having a party at Yamava Thursday, March 23rd. We'll see you there.
Big is back. It's bigger, it's cheesier. The Big New Yorker from Hut. Big pizza, bigger deal.
Big New Yorker only at pizzahut.com.
Once again,
Here's Alan Sliwa.
122-111 the final score. Lakers over the Phoenix Suns. It's been a while since the Lakers beat the Phoenix Suns. Definitely been a long time. Good to finally get a W versus them. More importantly for the Lakers, just looking at the standings, 9 games left. They got 2 more games here in a row at Crypto.com. Then they're going to go on a 5-game road trip. So the season could be determined here in the next week and a half or so as far as where the Lakers are seeding-wise. The standings are just insane. Just none of this makes sense. The standings just genuinely do not make sense to me. To have 7 teams, 8 teams, all within a couple games of each other, I think is incredibly confusing. It's not usually how the Western Conference is. And you got a lot of average teams, right? The Timberwolves at 7th, they're 37-37. Warriors, who would have thought that they're just 38-36. Clippers 38-35. So teams are going to start getting healthier. Karl Anthony Towns played for the Timberwolves tonight. Luka came back for the Dallas Mavericks. Ja Morant played tonight as well. So the big guns will eventually come back, or at least most of them will, by the time the playoffs start, or at least it seems that it's going to be that way. So we'll see how things shake out here over the next couple weeks or so. But Lakers just got to handle their own business. Before we go to Austin Reeves, I want to go to D'Angelo Russell. 26 points, 6 assists for him, 9 of 13 from the field. Here's D'Lo on the Lakers' 11-point win.
For as long as you did tonight, and both you over 60% from the field, still able to get AD and others involved. What do you like about that pairing, and what are the things that you think play out on the court like that?
I think just having guards out there that are skilled, it makes the game easy for everybody. So around the league, it's a guard-heavy league. So trying to be out there and match it up with guys that are, can create and can score the ball is a positive to have as a coach. So I thought it was successful tonight for sure.
D'Lo, you told us a few games back that you anticipate moments over the course of the game where if you hit this shot, that the crowd can get behind you. Tonight there was a couple breaks in the action, and you were imploring the crowd. What type of atmosphere was there in the building tonight, and how much can you guys feed off that? You got 2 more home games before you go on the road.
It's huge. Like I said, I've been here, in the past. I remember that, Kobe and guys like that controlling that environment from you just dominating the game, and the fans can't wait to cheer for it. So even if it's Austin Reeves, I guess they love Austin. So whenever we can get him going, and it helps our team. So I know it. I think a lot of the guys know it. Whenever we can return the favor like that, I think it's good for both sides.
All right, that's D'Angelo Russell right there. So for the Lakers, D'Lo, there's such a big difference from when D'Angelo Russell is an offensive weapon or when he struggles. When he scores, the chances, when Lakers have 3 guys scoring 20-plus, and it's not all on AD's back, or Austin Reeves gave you, the 35 in the last game. I think so much of this, D'Lo is such a game changer for the Lakers. When he has a good night, there's a good chance the Lakers are going to win that game. When he struggles, it's probably a close game where the Lakers are, trying to come back from behind. So D'Lo tonight made it happen, and hopefully he can continue that on Friday when they play the Oklahoma City Thunder. Austin Reeves, 25 points, 11 assists, 4 rebounds in the starting lineup. Played 30 minutes for the Lakers. Did everything for the Lake Show. Let's take a listen to Austin Reeves.
A brand new thing, but considering where the team is right now, how you processed that news and your approach was tonight.
He pulled me aside yesterday after practice and told me that I would be starting. But for me, it's really the same mindset going into every game, and it's win. At all costs, win. And that's all that really matters. So there's not much difference starting, not starting for me. It's really just go out and play basketball the way that I always have and the way that I love.
I think it's 2.5 games right now separate 3 games, I guess, if you want to separate the 4th from the 12th seed.
Oh, wow.
What do you think that these next couple weeks are going to be like in terms of intensity, feeling, like the stakes? It felt like a big game, obviously, and a big win tonight. What are you kind of anticipating as everything's so packed together like this?
I think it's basically the same as it has been the last couple games or last couple weeks for us. Obviously, we don't want to be in this position. We'd like to be, first in the league, but this is the position that we're in, and it's really about us. Like, if we go take care of our business, lock into, coaching staff, the scouting report, all that, the talent we have a lot of talent, and I feel like we can win against anybody. So it's going to be hectic, but this is why you play the game. You want high pressure moments, and you really want to, play under the lights.
Austin, 25 points and a career high 11 assists. I guess what type of offensive rhythm have you been in over the last week or so? Getting to the free throw line, finding your teammates, and just kind of being a reliable scorer for this team. Yeah, I mean, since Bron's been out, you had to have multiple guys feel what he does, because he, does everything on the court. And so I've tried to be more aggressive, offensively, both ways, getting teammates involved and then also scoring and getting to the line. So it's really just been, going back and playing basketball, the way that I love, the way that I've always played, and, having fun with it.
Austin, obviously you impacted the game a number of ways tonight, but also the way the whistle was going for both teams at times, but certainly 46 free throw attempts for you guys. Was there a point in the game where you kind of felt like, okay, it's going to be this type of game, and maybe with my skill set I can really make an impact at the line?
It's never really that approach. I just try to get to, the spots that I like to on the court, and, just read how the defender's playing. I like to, obviously, as everybody knows, I like to pivot because I can't go dunk everything. So I stay below the rim, pivot, and, a lot of times if you're patient doing that, the defender will at some point think you're shooting. So I don't really, attack or see, how the refs are calling it to, change my game. I kind of just play the same way regardless. So, yeah, I mean, 46 free throws is a lot. But if you get downhill a lot and you have, guys like AD, D-Lo that are really crafty, then, there's going to be fouls.
Yeah, Austin, just thinking specifically about the OKC game coming up, and all of these games have felt like a pressure and playoff implications and all that, but tiebreaker on the line, like they're kind of right next to you in the standings. You split with them earlier. What have you seen from them this year, and a young team that's playing well, and what do you feel like you guys have to carry into that game?
Yeah, they're a young team that's very talented, that plays hard, plays the right way, and plays for each other. So it's, like I've said before, it's going to be about us focusing on, how we approach the game, how we play the game, and, really just come out from the gate and try to dominate the game. Obviously, it's basketball and things happen here and there, and it's a game of runs, but with the talent that we have, like I said, we feel comfortable with where we're at.
All right, that's Austin Reeves right there. Lakers get the win 122-111. 9 games left. That's it, Laker fans. 9 games left in the regular season for the Lake Show. They're 36-37, back in the number 10 spot, and we got a big one coming up against the Oklahoma City Thunder coming up on Friday. Quick shout-out here. Thank you to Michael Funches, Wilbur Flores. Thank you to Brian Cohen, our whole social team, Josh Martinez and DeAndre Hawkins. We will be back for the Lakers game Friday, so a little bit later of a tip-off. Pre-game show will start at 6. Tip-off will be at 7:30 against the Thunder, but we're back tomorrow with all our local shows as well. So we'll see you then tomorrow. Thank you for being a part of the show. I'm Alan Sliwa. This has been the Pizza Hut Lakers postgame show on 710 ESPN.
Thank you for listening to Lakers Basketball Tonight.
Lakers Basketball on ESPNLA is sponsored by Subaru of Glendale,
the #1 volume Subaru dealer in California.
Lakers Basketball. Big is back. It's bigger, it's cheesier. The Big New Yorker from Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut. Big pizza, bigger deal. $13.99 Big New Yorker, only at pizzahut.com.
Presented by calljacob.com. Winning matters. That's why after an accident, you have to go to calljacob.com.